Hurjae Lubag. I am a registered psychometrician, but currently I'm also studying law. For labor laws, we have the Labor Code of the Philippines, wherein it actually states there that the employee should be of his legal age, meaning dapat 18 years old. There's something we call the business judgment rule, meaning the owners of the company can impose what they need for their company. For example, anong klase empleyado ba yung kailangan nilang i-hire, kung naka-base ba dapat ba babae, dapat ba lalaki. It all boils down to the discretion of the owners. Actually, hindi lang sa workplace. Kasi ang problem natin right now, there is no law that protects the LGBT in any industry. Sa workplace, school, or kahit sa, let's say, kahit sa family laws natin, there is no protection right now. For the SOGIE Bill, there are certain, actually, ang misconception kasi, ng public, they thought na SOGIE Bill is for same-sex marriage, but that's not true. SOGIE Bill is not for same-sex marriage, but it is more of anti-discrimination bill for the LGBT. Ano ba yung mga specific provisions na gusto ng SOGIE Bill? For example, number 1, kapag sa employment, dapat hindi tinatanong kung ano ba talagang gender ng isang applicant. Kasi ang nangyayari ngayon, there are certain cases na kapag ang ganda-ganda ng flow ng interview, then suddenly, when they ask for your gender preference, bigla na nagbabago yung mood nung nag-i-interview. That's one of the provisions there na dapat hindi na important kung ano ba yung SOGIE mo. Second, sa schools, dapat ang gusto ng SOGIE Bill is hindi na discriminate yung mga students based sa kanilang expression, based sa kanilang gender, at based sa kanilang sinusuot. Pero aside from those provisions, the SOGIE Bill will put certain provisions for penalties. Kasi ano ba nangyayari? Kahit kasi meron tayong mga batas na bawal to, bawal ganyan. Pero kung wala namang penalties, walang mandatory idea for the citizens to follow it. There are certain companies who protect the LGBTs. Kumbaga meron kasi mga companies na very sensitive sa welfare ng ating LGBT members. However, there are still a lot of companies who do not do that. Ano ba yung mga nangyayari? Number 1, during interviews nga. Kapag sa interview, nalaman nilang iba yung SOGIE niya, suddenly, hindi na tatanggapin. Second, during the pag-employed na siya, then suddenly malalaman yung preference niya, bigla na lang magiging grounds yun. Magiging na lang grounds yun for termination. However, sa laws natin, bawal talaga siya na maging grounds for termination because it is discriminatory. However, ano ba yung nagiging practice sa mga companies? Ang ginagawa nila, biglang yung mga simple mistakes, ginagawang big issue para maging reason for their termination. So ngayon kasi, there's no specific law that protects them. And because of that, the loopholes in the law are being used to use it against them. Diba? For example, na hindi naman talaga grounds para tanggalin ang isang empleyado yung based sa kanyang preference. Pero bilang nalaman nila, humahanap sila ng ibang grounds. And that's the problem right now. Aside from having no law, our culture is not accepting to the LGBTs. That's the goal of the SOGIE Bill. It is not only tolerance, but it should be acceptance of the LGBTs. They should at least check the Labor Code of the Philippines. Because if you know that there are only limited number of reasons for you to be terminated. And there should be a process for that. For example, if you have kung may ginawa kang mali, dapat first warning mo na yan, written reprimand muna, oral, tapos magiging written, then first warning, second warning, before the termination. But right now, because our fellow Filipino citizens, they don't know the law, nangyayari, minsan tinatanggap na lang nila yung termination kasi akala nila hindi sila protected, di ba? Even though there are no laws that is anti-discriminatory during the interview, you have to take note that once you are in the company already, and once you are considered regular, you are protected by the law. Kumbaga meron tayong tinatawag na security of tenure.